Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Adeolu. Thank you so much for tuning in once again. In today's class, you're going to be learning how to go about this stylish bustier top with straps and loops. So kindly watch and enjoy how to cut this beautiful piece and learn. Please kindly turn on your notification bell so when I post next video, you would always be notified. Thank you so much. Watch and learn. So the first thing I've gone ahead to do is to trace out from my basic bodice block what I need. So basically this is just a flat design from the chest line. If you've watched my video on how to create how to draft a bustier, you would understand that this is exactly how to draft a bustier. So on the chest line, I simply just cut on the chest line and I left the upper part out of this tutorial, which we don't need. As you can see from the video, the style started from the chest line. So you can decide to reduce it to your comfort level or as you wish. But I just cut out the above part of the basic bodies, and that's exactly what I've done. So I'm going to go ahead now. I've added my allowance to the back and then I've cut it out. So I'm going to cut out the front now. And this is it, looking as it is. I've added my allowance. So I'm going to add my allowance as well to the front part. That is the part I cut from the dart area. So I'm going to add just 0.5. So that is exactly where I'm touching now. I'm going to add 0.5 there. That is the back part. So for the two fronts part, that is the side front and the center front, I'm also going to be adding 0.5 to it. So once you've added the allowance and you've added the allowance to the front part, you're going to go ahead and cut it out. You can also add it on your fabric as well. So I haven't done this. I'm going to go ahead and cut it out on my fabric. So this is me with the Ankara fabric I'm going to be using for this. I'm just going to fold it into two, place my paper on it, and then go ahead to cut it. So kindly watch and learn how to do this. So this is pretty simple if you already know how to cut the draft and cut the basic bodies and the bustier block. So you can always go to my page, scroll down and check how I've done the previous ones. That way you would understand what I'm doing in my next videos. So basically I wouldn't want to be going back and forth doing the same thing. So but once you've watched that video, this would make sense to you. That's how to draft a bustier and cut a bustier, so you would understand it. So this is me cutting it out basically. So and this is me adding 0.5 to this center front part, as you can see. So that is the part I'm going to be joining together with the other front part. So you need to add 0.5 inches to this once you've cut it out. So depending on how high or low you want your upper part to be, you can decide to add 0.5 inches for the sewing allowance. But here I wouldn't be adding any allowance at all. So you can also create your your design here. So basically what I did here at the back, I removed like 4 inches at the zipper area. So that is to create that panel at the back where you attach your loop. So depending on how wide you want it to be, you can remove 2 inches, can remove 3 inches, can even remove 1 inch. It all depends on how wide you want the space at the zipper area to be, where you can insert your loop and put in your straps. So that part is entirely up to you. So that's why this back piece is looking very small. I've removed like 3 or 4 inches away from the zipper area. So I'm going to add just 0.5 inches now to sew it with the lining. So this is the side I'm cutting right now. So where I was explaining is the other side, which is the back where the zip should normally be, but because we're attaching a loop and that back is opened, that is why you'll be deducting how wide you want it to be open from your center back area. So that's exactly why I explained before. So this is me. I haven't cut it out, and I've added attached my 0.5 to that back where I had removed like 3 inches or 4 inches from. So this is the center front piece, and I'm going to go ahead and add 0.5 to the front area as well. So once you're done cutting all these pieces, endeavor to add your interfacing. You iron it on your lining piece and your main fabric, that is Ankara in this case. So always endeavor to iron your interfacing, and also go ahead and iron your wording to the upper bust area to give you that full effect at the bust area. So this is me just pinning through so that I can easily add my allowance to the center front area and cut this out. So once you attach your allowance, your interfacing to this, it makes it look really firm and it sits pretty well on your body. This is the front side front. This is the center front, yeah, and this is the back. So we'll be attaching our rope to this side. Center front, the side front. Can you see the shape of the dart showing? So this is the back that I actually removed 2 inches from, and this is the front, and that's the back I'm holding as well. So that's it. I'm going to go ahead and attach my lining, my interfacing, everything. I'm going to be sewing as I've shown you. So the first thing I'm going to do now is to cut my lining. So this isn't going to be a full lining because this is for tutorial purposes, right? So I'm going to be cutting more like a facing lining. So it is not a full lining. I'm going to stop where I want it to get to. So I've done cut the lining for every piece I cut out. Next thing right now is to cut out your loop. Whatever fabric you decide to use for your loop, make sure it is sturdy enough or firm enough, because anything you're using for a loop needs to be firm so that it doesn't cut or tear. So here we're using like a velvety fabric, which obviously isn't the best. So this is the end result after sewing everything, attaching our loops and all that. This is how it looks, looking pretty. That is the velvet fabric we used, and as you can see, this is how low we want it to look like. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you. Kindly like, share and subscribe as you'll be expecting, as I'll be uploading more and different styles for your beautiful view. Learn and enjoy. Thank you. Bye.